Richie was shot on Saturday a week ago. There was a birthday party going on for a little girl within the apartment complex, and two guys randomly were shooting, and apparently he was hit. There's no words. I mean, what they feel right now, and they've lost a little boy. I mean, that had just turned 14.
Can you tell me how your life has changed since last week?
We're all gathered together in solidarity. We're going to walk for peace. I'm out here for the Carrillo family to help them with their grief by letting them know that there's someone like me that walks against gang violence every Sunday from Chicano Park through the barrios of Southeast San Diego into National City.
Justicia para Richie! Justicia para Richie! We want justice! We want justice!
Stop the violence, and we have to do something about it. We have to come out and scream and whatever. I'll do whatever to find the people who did this to my grandson. If I have to walk every day, I'll walk every day.
Thick smoke billows from the roof of the San Diego Rescue Mission Service Center at the corner of University and 52nd. KUSI photographer Geoff Stevens is working on a story close by and captures these images as firefighters arrive on the scene. He captures images of firefighters courageously trying to saw through the warehouse doors to douse the flames inside that are building in their intensity. Other images include firefighters making the precarious climb up fire ladders to attack the flames from above. But this fire is not without its risks. One firefighter is injured when he is burned in the beginning moments of the blaze. But the bottom line is that San Diego firefighters saved the day because they saved the building.
They made a very aggressive attack in this metal building behind me. The loft that is built in the interior of the building is full of donated goods. It was a very hot fire.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how dangerous was this fire?
Well, when you get a firefighter hurt, it automatically becomes a 10 for us.
"2011 was a year of rebuilding, and sometimes to bring in the new, you have to wipe out the old. This year we finally got action on some unfinished business from years past as two nasty and dangerous eyesores both bit the dust." You're looking at something neighbors here say they've been asking for 5 years running: the destruction of a squalid little village of troll-infested shacks. And I found widespread evidence of drug use and drug paraphernalia, beer and liquor bottles littering the entire premises, and all sorts of dangerous junk and debris. But now this entire neighborhood is a lot safer to live in.
I just think of all the diligence of our neighbors and your involvement and just keeping after them.
This demo job was far bigger, an old Air Force base high in the Cleveland National Forest on Mount Laguna. These buildings were supposed to survive a nuclear war, but now that's history and they're being smashed one at a time. I showed you the mess the Air Force left behind when they cleared out back in 1984. Asbestos, lead paint, toxic mercury, and abandoned equipment. All of it a dangerous attraction for vandals up to no good.
The environmental challenges actually are what the primary reason why this site has sat for so long.
The project pumps $7 million federal dollars into the local economy, and soon this area will be reopened to the public. And that means demolition workers and forest rangers won't be the only ones who get to enjoy one of the best views in the county. If all of my cases got solved like that, I'd soon be out of business. But some things never change. Take the California DMV. Please! In 2011, we got one blunder after another from the state agency I call the Department of Maniacal Vipers. Last February, the DMV refused to issue a registration and license plate for a guy who bought a vintage electric van. Why not? Because the electric van has no emissions sticker.
You cannot title this car in California. unless it goes through smog. And it's a zero-emission vehicle. My zero-emission vehicle doesn't pass emission standards.
State air control officials finally overruled that boneheaded decision. In June, the DMV blamed the state budget crisis and quit sending out renewal notices for a month. Then in July, they sent out notices with due dates a day or two after they were received, and cryptic notices about penalties. That caused car owners to pay up early, but in September we learned that was a big problem for the DMV too.
Computer would not accept my money, and I had to come back in 2 or 3 weeks.
The DMV computer wouldn't accept your money.
That's correct.
Yep, the DMV admitted that one and said there was nothing they could do about it. Maybe in 2012 they'll get their act together. Well, don't bet on it. And we can say the same thing for the city of San Diego. Now, they're not nearly as mean-spirited as the DMV, but they just can't seem to keep their eye on the ball. And this year, it was all about money and medians. This makeshift median in Del Cerro featured its own porta potty. The city says it was a mistake and it vanished right after I exposed it. But this one's not a mistake. It's a $400,000 median project in Altadena. It's supposed to slow down traffic and instill neighborhood pride. This odd duck in University Heights is only supposed to slow down traffic, even though this street is already lined with stop signs.
Doesn't make sense.
It's annoying as hell.
It's stupid, it's ugly, people are gonna hit it.
Price tag, 40 grand. And here's another median for a neighborhood sign in Azalea Park. This one cost $200,000, $160 to design it, $40 more to build it. But let's end this report on a positive note. And hey, as long as we're hemorrhaging money, we might as well have something that benefits the whole city. Something like the Harbor Drive pedestrian bridge. Now, it cost way too much and took way too long. But now that it's done, I gotta admit, I love it. This stunning piece of civic bling cost $27 million, $11 million in redevelopment money from CCDC, $5 million from downtown magnate John Moores, $10 million from state and federal transportation agencies. But just take a look. There's only one like it on the entire planet, and we've got it. Joe Tognoli of T.Y. Lin Engineering headed the design team.
This is your baby. How's it feel walking along this thing?
Feels great.
The bridge curves its way across the rail yards and Harbor Drive, and the curving span seems to defy gravity.
And I think the design speaks for itself. It evokes kind of the sail of a ship and the nautical history of San Diego, and I think it'll be something that becomes a signature piece for our city.
It's very unique. There's really nothing like it in the United States, or anywhere in the world for that matter.
Believe it or not, all that was just an appetizer. In my next report, we'll revisit the top Turco Files stories of 2011. I'm Michael Turco, only on KUSI News.